Deep beneath the jungle floor, where sunlight barely reaches, marches an army unlike anything else on Earth. They don't rely on powerful eyesight. Most species can barely see at all. They don't follow battle plans, and no general commands them into war. Yet somehow, hundreds of thousands move with perfect precision. No shouting, no hesitation, no mistakes, as if the entire swarm shares one single mind. But what makes them truly terrifying isn't how they move. It's what happens when nothing can stop them.
If you love uncovering nature's darkest secrets, hit subscribe, because what you're about to witness will completely change the way you see the forest floor. Meet the army ant. By itself, a single army ant is surprisingly limited. It can barely navigate the world alone. But together, everything changes. An army ant colony isn't just a collection of insects. Scientists call it a superorganism, a society so perfectly connected that it behaves like one giant living creature. There is a queen, but she doesn't command the raids. Instead, every ant follows simple chemical signals left behind by the others. Each tiny decision spreads through the colony in seconds. Millions of microscopic interactions create something extraordinary. A system with no central brain, yet capable of solving complex problems together. What looks like chaos is actually one of nature's greatest examples of collective intelligence.
Without warning, the colony erupts into motion. Within minutes, as many as 200,000 army ants stream out of their temporary nest, spreading across the forest floor in a massive fan-shaped formation. Everything ahead of them is searched. Every leaf, every fallen branch, every hidden crack. A grasshopper freezes beneath a leaf. For a brief moment, it thinks it's safe. Then one worker ant finds it. Within seconds, chemical signals race through the swarm. 10 ants arrive, then 50, then hundreds. The grasshopper struggles, but the living wave closes from every direction. There is no escape. The swarm moves on, leaving almost nothing behind. Army ants don't rely on sharp vision. They rely on chemistry. Every ant strengthens the centrale, allowing the entire colony to flow like a living network that constantly grows, adapts, and surrounds anything in its path.
Unlike most ants, army ants never build permanent nests. There are no tunnels, no underground cities, no walls made of soil. Instead, they build their home out of themselves. As night falls, tens of thousands of worker ants lock their legs and jaws together, creating a living structure known as a bivouac. From the outside, it looks like a dark, motionless mass, but inside, thousands of ants are constantly moving. Workers carry food through narrow living corridors. Nurse ants care for the larvae, and at the very center, the queen remains protected, laying thousands of eggs that will become the next generation of the colony. Then, before sunrise, the impossible happens. The fortress begins to move. One by one, the ants release their grip. Within minutes, the entire living shelter dissolves into a marching army once again. No construction, no destruction, just a home that walks.
Not every army ant has the same job. Some are workers. Others are born to fight. Soldier ants carry enormous saber-like jaws so large that eating becomes difficult. Their role isn't feeding, it's defending. They guard the edges of the swarm, blocking escape routes and standing between danger and the colony. Meanwhile, worker ants do what they do best. They overwhelm prey through sheer numbers. Every individual performs a simple task, but together, they become a force capable of defeating animals far larger than themselves. This isn't brute strength, it's organization. Every movement, every chemical signal, every role works as part of one perfectly coordinated system. That is why army ants dominate the rainforest floor, not because they are the biggest, but because they fight as one.
When the raid finally ends, silence returns to the forest. The leaves stop shaking, the shadows grow still, and the army disappears, as if it was never there. But the jungle remembers. Because army ants aren't simply predators. They are nature's cleanup crew, removing weak, injured, and dead animals, helping keep the rainforest healthy and in balance. No brain controls them. No commander leads them. Yet together, they achieve something few living creatures ever have. True collective intelligence. 1,000,000 tiny lives, working as one. So the next time you walk through a rainforest, remember, the most powerful army in the jungle may already be marching beneath your feet.
If nature's smallest creatures just change the way you see the wild, subscribe for more incredible documentaries uncovering the hidden worlds of our planet, because sometimes the greatest predators are also the smallest.